Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
In today's video, we are going to be talking about how in color analysis, we like to say certain colors are warm, certain colors are cool, but also that same exact color might have a warm version versus a cool version of that color we just talked about, and how that doesn't make sense, but does make sense.
This all started with a question that one of our viewers asked us, and they said, you know, I've heard it said that you can have a cool red or a warm red, but isn't red a warm color? Or you can have a cool blue or a warm blue, and isn't blue a cool color? And how does that even work? And in color analysis, the way we treat colors is slightly different than the way they teach color theory. In color theory, they say there's a warm side to the color wheel, and there's a cool side to the color wheel. In color theory, we say everything is relative. You've heard us say that a million times, and that is the truth. Our goal in color theory is to give you options. So if we told you that because you're warm, you can only dress on the warm side of the color wheel, boring. Or, because you're cool, you can't ever venture out from the cool side of the color wheel again. Ho-hum. Yes. Our goal is to teach you how almost every color has multiple facets. And by almost, there is an exception, as always. Yeah. But most colors have different aspects to them, a warm aspect and a cool aspect. Now, why? To understand this, we have to go travel around the color wheel. The color wheel in this aspect becomes our best friend. And what we have to do is we have to look at the various basic colors around the color wheel. And I'm talking about the primary and the secondary colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Those are your basic ones. Now, obviously, you have all sorts of things that fall in between, but we're going to make it simple and talk basics. Now, on the color wheel, we're doing a field trip. We're going to shrink ourselves really tiny, and we're going to just pop into a color wheel, right?
I'm thinking magic school bus is what you're trying to...
Maybe. Here we are on the color wheel, and we're going to start with blue, because why not? It's a wheel. We could start anywhere. But we're going to start with blue. Blue, on the color wheel, what colors are its neighbors, Sarah?
Purple and green.
Perfect. Now, in order to get a cooler blue, or the blues that are on the cooler side, you look at blues that have a little bit of purple in them. Not so much that you want to make them purple, but because you really want to differentiate them from the blues that have green in them. Right. Because the blues that lean more toward green, those appear warmer. And they look better on people who are looking for warmer shades of blue. So, blue has the purple side and it has the green side, making it cool on one side, warm on the other. Now, why don't we just travel around the color wheel to its neighbor, and that would be green. So we already said that green makes blue warmer. Wouldn't that make green a cool color in general, specifically? No.
Or a warm color.
Oh, did I say? Oh, I'm sorry. Wouldn't that make green a warm color? No, not really. Green, again, has a couple of different neighbors, and everything is relative. So if you're in the world of green and you're thinking greenish something, you are going to have a couple of options. If you go toward the blue side, and if you make your green bluer, then you've made it cooler. If you make that green warmer by moving over to the yellow side, then you've made that green warmer. So again, if you're talking strictly about greens, that's how you determine a warmer green versus a cooler green, by its neighbors, one side or the other. Now, let's move around to yellow. Yellow is one that's always, people are always going, yellow is warm. Yellow is a warm color. How can you possibly consider a cool yellow? Well, what are its neighbors?
Green and orange.
Now, green, it's got a little blue in it, because green is made up of blue. So if you move over toward the greener side, you're going to get a cooler yellow.
Think of citrusy shades.
Yeah, think of lemon. If you move it over toward its other neighbor, which is orange, what are you going to get? You're going to get the warmest version of yellow.
Those golden yellows.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to skip around the color wheel. I'm going to skip over orange because orange is an outlier, and I'm going to go to red. Once again, everybody's like, red's a warm color, right? Not necessarily. If you look at the reds that are closer to the purples, you're going to get cool reds. If you look at the reds that are closer to the oranges, you're going to get warm reds. So you've got two different facets of red. What color on the color wheel has no options, no facets? What color on the color wheel cannot be made cool?
I think you've already given it away.
I did. Orange. Orange is an outlier because what are its neighbors?
Red and
yellow. Both of those colors are predominantly warm. So orange has no place to go. You can make it reddish orange and you can make it yellowish orange, but either way, it's still going to be warm. So orange is a color that behaves the way people kind of think other colors should behave, that you don't have options or facets. And there's a whole section of the color wheel that is warm and doesn't have a lot of flexibility, doesn't have a lot of play. And it's, you can carve that out. That's warm, and it's forever warm, and it's never going to be cool. Everything else, you've got lots of flexibility. You can move either way. So if you're cool and you're wondering if you can wear orange, no, you can't. Sorry.
Oh, I hate to say that, but it's a tough shade, especially if you are on the lighter skin tone side, because that orange is going to reflect warmth onto your cool skin tone. If you are deeper, until you get to the blue base, deep. Yeah, blue, until you get to the blue base of your skin tone, which falls on the deeper side, that's when it's still going to be tough because it's going to be blue with orange.
And let me tell you why that is tough. So let's say that you are very, very deep and your base is primarily blue. I was watching a movie with Viola Davis today, and she is a perfect example. She is very cool, very deep, and she's got a blue base to her skin tone. And they had her in this red dress that was like a big part of the movie. They put her in this red dress, orangey red lipstick, which just looked like it belonged on somebody else entirely, and orangey red shoes. Now I get why the costume designer did that. They wanted her to have like almost a superhero look about her. But in colors like orange or orangey red, what happens is the reflections up onto a blue base, what do you get? When you blend an orange and a blue, you're going to get a grayed out color. Might be a grayed out purple. It depends on the orange. It depends on the blue, but you're going to get gray.
Yeah. I was going to say we just had that video. I'll tag it up here where we talk about different grays and how the complementary colors you end up with gray.
Right. So you're going to get gray no matter what. The reflections are always popping back up on your face, and that is going to create gray.
Right.
And you don't want your skin to look gray ever. I can't even think of a time when you would want to gray out your skin tone. So what we're talking about here is limiting your orange, a whole group of you. And it really rankles Sarah. I know that it's rankling her because she is not a rules kind of person. And, we always talk about how the rules, they're meant to be broken and you just need to know how to break them.
I was going to say our rules are try to keep it away from your face, pull your hair back. Keep it low as possible. That's about as good as it's going to get.
For orange. Orange is an outlier.
So thank you for joining us today. If you want to know what your season is, feel free down in the description below to hop on over to our website. We would love to do a color analysis for you. You can also join Patreon and connect with us on any of our socials. As always, links are down in the description. So thank you for joining us. Do not forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe is the number one most important thing you can do to help this channel grow. So please do not forget that. Lastly, I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
This has been another color class, and we'll see you in our next video.